United States President Donald Trump has finally figured out a way to take out the narco-terrorist dictators that exist in South America using the United States military, and it is completely legal. In a UN-style coalition called the Shield of the Americas, the United States is partnering with many allies in the Western Hemisphere to share intelligence so that the U.S. can go in and kill some terrorists. So basically, they're going to give us their address, and we're going to handle business as long as they get out of the way. This is fucking awesome, and not many people are talking about this. So we're going to talk about this on my channel. Definitely subscribe, definitely like the video, definitely comment your least favorite narco-terrorist dictator, and let's get into it, huh? The Shield of the Americas is a multinational military cooperation initiative announced by U.S. President Donald Trump during the summit with leaders from countries across the Western Hemisphere. Okay, so a bunch of countries got together that are over here on our half of the planet, and they're going to get together and they're going to form some sort of an EU, kind of like what they had over there. So we're going to form a coalition. And let's see what this says. The program is intended to coordinate military and security efforts among participating nations to combat transnational criminal organizations, particularly drug cartels operating throughout the Americas. There is going to be a coalition of states in the Americas that are going to directly counter and take out the drug cartels that are operating in the Americas. If this is not leading toward world peace, I don't fucking know what is. According to President Trump, the initiative, also described as the America's Counter Cartel Coalition, it's just that doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well as Shield of the Americas, right? So this would involve participating countries sharing intelligence and coordinating operations to locate and dismantle cartel networks. The coalition allows member states to request assistance from partners, including the United States, in targeting cartel infrastructure and trafficking routes. This is going to be fucking amazing. Oh, and get this. So you know how he just fired like Kristi Noem from DHS, like fucking secretary and all that shit, and like, all right, fucking why everyone's like, oh, because she was doing terrible at her job. Well, on March 5th, 3 days ago, President Trump announced that Kristi Noem would be the inaugural special envoy for this initiative. Not only did he not think she was doing a terrible job, he's making her part of the initiative that's going to get rid of the drug cartels in the entirety of the Americas. That's America, that's Mexico, that's Brazil, that's fucking Argentina, that's everywhere in South America. We're going all the way to the motherfucking Cape, baby, all the way to the Horn. I wanted to go to Panama. Nah, Trump's gonna get it. We're gonna go all the way to the fucking Horn, baby, all the way down there. Okay. On March 7th, President Trump stated that the representatives from 17 different nations had joined the initial alliance, which centers on the commitment that U.S. military capabilities to disrupt and dismantle cartel organizations and associated terrorist networks. Dude. Oh my God, dude. Every third world country is now going to be able to call upon the United States military to get rid of their fucking drug cartels. Oh my God. Oh, this is bad for them. Oh man. Well, you know what? Buy your drugs now, kids, because you're not going to be able to buy them later. Oh my fucking God, dude. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, so we're going to skip over here to YouTube. This is LiveNOW from Fox. Definitely subscribe to them. Definitely watch their videos. I will link their video in the description of my video. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe to me so that we can hang out more often. Anyway, these are the full remarks from Trump, from Rubio, from Secretary of War Pete Hegseth on the Shield of the Americas, baby. Let's see what we got. Hello, Trump. Hello.
Well.
Yes.
Sit down, please.
Yes.
And tremendous progress has been made, as you're probably seeing just by watching.
Tremendous progress, sir. It's tremendous. It's going to be the best progress. Everybody's saying it.
We're doing something. I built the military and rebuilt it and made it really strong in my first administration, along with a lot of other things we did. We had a great first term. and now we're using it. Unfortunately, we have to. But you're seeing how.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to use it. I didn't want to. I didn't want to have to use it. I gave them every opportunity to make a deal, and well, they just didn't want to. They like to deal in drugs and in death, and I don't do that. We here in America, we deal in peace. And this is going to be a tremendous victory. It's a tremendous coalition.
Great it is. There's no military like it on Earth, not even close.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
And we're doing very
Look, nobody sucks Trump's dick better than Trump. I'm just saying.
well in Iran. You see the result, and it's been amazing. We've knocked out 42 Navy ships, some of them very large, in 3 days. That was the end of the Navy. We knocked out their...
That was the end of their Navy. Keep in mind, the last time we had a skirmish with the Iranian Navy, it took a single 8-hour workday to take out half of their operational naval forces.
Air Force, we knocked out their communications, and all telecommunications is gone.
Yeah, but their gas stations are still full. Nobody's panicking. You know, I don't know if you saw what CNN said.
I don't know how they communicate, but I guess they will.
They give CNN special permissions. That's all. It's you wouldn't understand, sir.
Figure something out. It's not working out too well, and they're bad people. They're just bad people.
They are. No, I prefer the term terrorist fuck. But I can understand how somebody in your position can't quite say that. You know, although I bet you would.
At October 7th and beyond October 7th, look at all the killing that they've done over the years for 47 years.
Yep.
And this had to be done. They were very close to a nuclear weapon. They would have had one if we didn't do our B-2 hit, Midnight Hammer. They would have had
Midnight Hammer, baby.
8 months ago. They would have had a nuclear weapon, and, you know, they're crazy, and they would have used it. So we did the world a favor. And they said, well, how are you doing on a scale of 0 to 10? How are you doing with the attack? And I said, about a 15, I would say, with 10 being the best. But it's something that had to be done, and we're doing it well. And I want to thank everybody involved.
Yeah, not a single American boot on the ground, and the only American casualties weren't necessarily because of war. It was a random casualty based on collateral damage more than anything else. Iran just kind of got lucky, and unfortunately, explosions are area of effect. So I hate to say it, we have lost some lives in this conflict, but not, I don't think, directly due to the conflict. It very easily could have also been that Iran just shot something at them, even if we weren't doing this, right? Because the U.S. bases in the region take shots all the time. Like they lob missiles and shit at them constantly. Like that's not something that's necessarily new to the people at those bases.
Going right after this, I'll be leaving for Dover. Very sad situation.
Mm-hmm.
To greet the families of the heroes coming home from...
I saw that. And you know what he didn't do? He didn't look at his fucking watch like Biden did.
Iran, coming home in a different manner than they thought they'd be coming home. But they're great heroes in our country. And we're going to keep it that way. There's always, when it comes to war, there's always that. But we're going to keep it to a minimum, I think, Pete. And going to be a service that we're really providing, not for the Middle East, but for the world. These were sick people, very sick people. This morning, I'm honored to welcome distinguished heads of state from across the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, the best hemisphere, the number one hemisphere.
For the first shield.
They want to be part of the Golden Dome. That's what it is.
Of the Americas Summit. And it's something very, very special. Marco's been working on it very hard, so have a lot of other people.
Marco Rubio does motherfucking everything in this administration, man. I swear to God.
Because it's a very important place for us.
The Secretary of State out here busting his ass.
It's nice to be home.
Yes, it is.
Very, very important. You know, we go all over the world, 9,000 miles away, 12,000.
Listen, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I play Risk a lot. And every time I play Risk, I play as the United States. And the first thing I do is take over Canada and shore up my defenses in Greenland and in Alaska. That way I'm protected against Europe and I'm protected against Russia. The next thing that I do is go into South America and take that over and shore up my defenses in Brazil so I can't get attacked from Africa. So the way that I see it, the U.S. is just playing Risk right now. And fortunately for them, they're using my winning strategy that I've used my entire life. Again, I don't want to toot my own horn, but if you subscribe to me, you're like 2 months ahead of the current administration.
1,000 miles away. I said, how long is this flight? Sir, this flight is 19 hours. I said, oh, that's great.
I'm going to take a nap.
I said, now I have flights that last for 2 hours. I like that better. Much better. But on this historic day, we come together to announce a brand new military coalition.
Yes, we do.
To eradicate
the
criminal cartels plaguing our region. And you have a lot of it. One of the things when we were talking backstage, you were telling me the crime, the cartels, and we're knocking the hell out of them.
We're knocking the hell out. We're busting heads, baby.
We can. We're going to go heavier.
We are going to go heavier. As soon as we're done with Iran, we're going to switch back. We're going to come over here, and we're going to blow up all their houses.
What we were doing with the boats coming in, the boats is not...
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk up to the cartel leaders. I'm going to hand him a photo of his house, and he's going to go, what's this for? And I'm going to go, I don't know. You tell me. You think about it. I'm just saying.
A lot of people.
Now let's begin these talks.
Coming in by boats anymore. We knocked down drugs coming in by sea. Drugs coming in through water is down 96%. We're trying to find out who the other 4% are because I think they're the bravest people in the world. Either that or they don't watch television.
Well, no, so some of these people have submarines. Like I was being told by... I've had some pretty shady friends in the past and some pretty shady acquaintances from people that I probably should not be talking to, but when you grow up poor on drugs, you kind of just speak to whoever speaks to you, you know? So I know that some of these drug organizations have like actual mini subs that can travel underwater and surface in like lakes or well, not like lakes, but they could probably travel up the Mississippi if I'm being honest.
Right. They're either very brave or they're not watching.
And then they can dock somewhere in, let's say, Memphis, probably if there's not any dams or anything in between. They'd be able to dock probably somewhere in Memphis and unload there because we know that I-40 is the most dangerous road in the country, specifically because of drugs. So,
but we're calling this military partnership the America's Counter Cartel Coalition, and that's what you need. You have cartels. They seem to grow in this region.
Oh, dude, I swear to God, Trump never sleeps. Never.
Unbelievably rapidly. Has to do with drugs largely. Earlier this week here in Miami, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, who's right here. Pete, you are fantastic, doing a great job.
Damn right he is.
And Representative...
I'm just saying, look, I've never seen another Secretary of War bench press as much as him. I'm just saying.
Of 17 different nations formerly...
I've also never seen him and Batman in the same room together, so, you know, you put two and two together.
Entered this new alliance. The heart of our agreement is a commitment to using lethal military force to destroy the sinister cartels and terrorist networks once and for all. We'll get rid of them.
Yo, definitive statement. Listen, we're going to use lethal military force to get rid of these terrorist organizations and drug cartels. Looks up at camera. We'll get rid of them. Don't worry. Oh, my fucking God.
We need...
No president is more gangster than Trump.
Your help. You have to just tell us where they are. We have amazing...
Like, listen, you tell us where they are and we'll get rid of them. That's how it's going to go. That's how this coalition will work. Oh my God, we're going to have Marines busting in and fucking up drug cartels.
We have amazing weaponry, as you probably noticed over the last...
Boy, it's a good thing weed's becoming legal in some states, because fuck.
Short period of time. But I want to thank members of the coalition, most of whom are friends of mine. Few of them I just met, but most of whom are friends, many of whom I endorsed. And they took that endorsement and they went on to win big. I haven't had a bad endorsement yet, right? Yeah. He says yes. He was happy. He was
damn right. Yep, absolutely.
A couple of points down and went up like a rocket ship, right, in Argentina. But the president of Argentina is here, Javier Milei, thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here.
Javier Milei.
President of El Salvador, another friend, Nayib Bukele.
Nayib Bukele. Yes, we know who he is. He's also the guy that got rid of a lot of their fucking like cartel members and a lot of their like drug runners and things. He cleaned up their streets of El Salvador, threw a bunch of people in jail. There was a whole scandal about it.
You know, he is a man who we've gotten very close to. I saw him as a young man.
Exactly. Look, we want to manufacture things on the home base, and we will do whatever we can to bring manufacturing back to the U.S.
In my first term, you were young and handsome. Now you're older and handsome. You're older and handsome.
All right, come on, Trump. It's a little gay. I'm just saying.
But he runs a good operation. That's
I'm
all
ready
I care
to.
about, right?
Real good operation.
When I first saw him, I said, he's too young. And then I saw the job he did. I said, well, I guess he's not too young. Because I was young and did well. But you've been a great president, and we appreciate the relationship very much. President of Paraguay, Santiago Peña.
Where is Paraguay?
Thank you.
I don't know. We'll look. I'm
President
sure. I'll go
of
back
Ecuador,
over to the Wikipedia article.
Danielle Noboa. Danielle, thank you. Thank you, Danielle. President of Panama. I love that canal.
Love that canal. It's the American canal. You're gonna wait. Just don't worry. The United States Canal.
Jose, I think he made the greatest deal in history. He bought it for $1. One of our brilliant presidents. I can't sleep over that deal. They gave
$1. My God.
it to him for $1. Jose Raul Molino, whereas, you know, you made one of the greatest real estate deals in history. Jimmy Carter, one of our great presidents. President of Honduras, Tito Esfora. Thank you, Tito. Thank you very much.
Tito. Thanks, Tito.
Great to see you the other day. President of Guyana, Irfan Ali. Thank you. President of Bolivia, Rodrigo Paz. Thank you very much. Great people. Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. And I have to be very careful with this because, you know, your first name is very similar to a first name that we have, but fortunately it's pronounced different. It's Kamala. It's supposed to Kamala. I like Kamala better in many ways. And I just want to say thank you very much, but I had to be careful with that first name. I didn't want to get it mixed up because it would ruin your reputation completely. Right? I said, is this the same pronunciation? No, sir, it's a little different. It's Cam, right? Cam, as opposed to Calm. Well, we don't like Calm. President of Costa Rica, Rodrigo Chavez, as well as the President-elect of Costa Rica, Laura Fernandez Delgado. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. And the President of the Dominican Republic, Luis Abinader, and so many of my friends are in the Dominican, including the Sugar King, right? He is indeed the Sugar King.
Hold on, what?
I don't know if that's good or bad, but he's got a lot of it, right? But we're grateful to be joined as well by the President-elect of Chile, Jose Cast. Congratulations. It's an endorsement. Give you a little endorsement. I love when I give endorsements and people win. But you know what? They don't lose. You know, I don't know. I guess it would be illegal. Could you imagine if I could say they spend millions and millions and millions of dollars on a campaign? They're losing, and they beg me for an endorsement. I give them an endorsement. They win by 30 points, and I get nothing. If I could sell that, is there a...
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Well, it's kind of like a NATO for our hemisphere, but it's really more of a, hey, just tell us where they are, and we'll go in there and we'll take care of it. under this coalition will have every authority to send U.S. troops into your territory. Like, it's an excuse to be able to put U.S. troops anywhere in the Western Hemisphere, and it's fucking brilliant.
Wait, do we have any of our legal people here? Marco's close enough. Is there a way I could...
It will definitely stop a lot of human trafficking coming from the Western Hemisphere for sure. Now, India and China and Russia and all these like other countries that have like a huge poorer population, they'll probably still have to deal with it. But I think in the Western Hemisphere, we'll probably get it down pretty good. And definitely by 2028, when Trump leaves, there won't be any more drug cartels for sure.
Get paid for that,
like, by the time Trump leaves and J.D. Vance takes his place as the 48th president of the United States, we probably won't have to deal with terrorists or drug cartels. So that'll just be kind of a W for J.D. He's not going to have to deal with it. It's also partly why I want to cover the book of Revelations here soon. I might actually just do that tomorrow, honestly. Because Trump's bringing peace to the world, and this is fucking crazy.
Spend millions of dollars, and I give it for nothing. I could, even if I put it into the Treasury of the United States, it would be pretty good, right, Marco?
Yeah, it would.
But
Fuck
Marco
yeah, it
said
would.
It's not a good idea. No, but it's an honor to do it. It's an honor to have that power where I can endorse somebody, and even in foreign countries. Here it was, we had one in this week, 124-0. With endorsements, and so that's good. But now I'm doing foreign countries all of a sudden. Saying, sir, would you endorse me? And it's an honor. If I like you, I only do it if I think you're good. You know, if I think you're not good, I've turned down many more than I've accepted, believe me. I want to thank Secretary of State Marco Rubio for his leadership in organizing this really important summit. He's fantastic. He's a fantastic...
Oh, Rubio organized this whole summit. Oh, shit. Okay. Dog, I think the 2028 Republican ticket's going to be Vance and Rubio. Like, I don't know who's going to be at the top of it, but I think it's going to be Vance and Rubio.
Secretary of State.
They're doing an awesome job. Nah, it's going to be Rubio and Tom Homan for sure. Like, Tom Homan's going to be the VP.
Thus far, look, we've had the most incredible year of any president, I think, by, I ended 8 wars. We're not going to go into it too much today, but what we've done is incredible. And we're going to be...
Didn't Marjorie Taylor Greene, like, quit Congress or some shit? Like, she doesn't want to be in it anymore. She's done.
We're going to be doing some incredible things together because I look at our region, if I can call it that, as being very important. It's been abandoned by the United States for so many years.
It has been abandoned by the United States for so many years. And the crazy thing is that on this half of the planet, there exists the United States and a bunch of third world countries. And Canada, who's well on its way to becoming another third world country. I'm just saying, like, you got America, you got America's hat, and then you have a bunch of third world countries. So, I don't think anybody's going to stop us if we go in and just kind of take it all over. And with this initiative, we now have the ability to put U.S. troops in any one of these nations because we have their permission to be there. So,
they went so far away. They went to these faraway places where they weren't even wanted. And a lot of stupid people. Really stupid people. But Marco's going to go down, I think, as the best Secretary of State in history. That's my opinion. Now, I'm a little prejudiced because I like him, too. But I think he's on his way. So,
dude, I don't think the Democrats are going to win. Just like, even if the Republicans weren't running against them, I really don't think the Democrats are going to win. They don't have a platform. Their platform is anti-Trump, and that's it. They don't actually have morals or anything that they're standing for. Jasmine Crockett just lost her bid for the Senate seat because she was anti-Trump and nothing else. Like, she didn't have policies that she stood for. She didn't have a plan to make things better for her fucking constituents. Her plan was fuck Trump. That's it. That's her plan. And because of that, she lost the Democratic primary. So I think that there's going to be a lot of infighting in the Democrats, and I think that all of the people that make sense, if they don't win in the upcoming Democratic primaries, the Democratic Party is just going to fall, and it's going to be the Republicans and the independents, and that's it.
You've done 25%. You got 75%. He's got 3 years left. You're leading. You're very leading by just about a smidge over a couple of pretty great ones, right? We've had a couple of pretty great ones, right? But I think he's going to do that, and I think Pete's right there, too. If Pete keeps going, he's going to be something, too, at what he does. All of the nations in this room share the same priorities: security, prosperity, free commerce, and the rule of law. and you want the rule of law. Sometimes your communities don't let you have it because you got some rough communities, man. That's why together we're also forming the Shield of Americas, a new organization.
The Shield of America. You heard it here first. Golden Man said the Golden Dome is extending over the Western Hemisphere. The Shield of the Americas.
To advance these shared priorities in our hemisphere.
Dude, I swear to literally, his face is the same color as his hair. It's all just one thing.
And we're pleased to be joined as well by Secretaries Pete Hegseth, Scott Bessent. Scott, thank you very much.
Pete
Scott.
Hegseth.
It has to
Scott
be a big deal
Bessent.
if you're here. Well, he controls the purse strings of the
Where does the forehead end and the head begin? Who knows? That's the fun.
country. He goes on television and he just soothes everybody. He did it yesterday. The prices were going. He got on. He's a soothing person. He's actually a killer, but I don't want to say that. No,
We
he's
can't
a
say that.
soothing person.
He's a killer. He's taking over the globe for me. It's great. It's awesome.
And he goes on television. Right, Pete? I think nobody better. So we could use him for war every once in a while, you know, soothe.
What the fuck you mean low key? That's high key as fuck, brother. All right? Now, we're absolutely going to become the Republic of the Americas. There's absolutely no reason that any of these countries can't be assimilated into the greater Borg that is the United States of America. You get what I'm saying? All right? They can all join. There's even precedent for it with Texas, okay? Texas really is the key to everything. That's why we measure things based on how many Texases they are, okay? Listen. We can do this. There's precedent for it, and they can all become part of the United States of America, okay? We don't even have to change the name. We don't have to become the Republic of the Americas. We could literally continue to be the United States of America, because as much as you say that they're a country, and they are also a state. I'm just saying. Anyway.
He's fantastic, that's all I can say. And Senator Bernie Moreno, who's a credible friend of mine, and he ran a great race. He was not given much of a chance. He was running against a person who was there for a long time.
There you go. Look, we like soccer and tacos. What more do you need? And we also drink coffee. What more do you need?
Was sort of considered a shoo-in, right, Bernie?
And big booty Latinas are respected here, okay?
We knocked him out. We knocked him out. He's trying to make a comeback, but we took him out. And Bernie's done a great job. For decades, leaders in this region have allowed large swaths of territory, the Western Hemisphere, to come under the direct control, and transnational gangs have taken over, and they've run areas of your country. We're not going to let that happen.
No, we're not going to let that happen. Warheads on foreheads, bitches.
We'll help you. And bloodthirsty cartels that impose their will through murder, torture, extortion, drug trafficking, bribery, and terror.
Yeah,
and some of you are in danger. I mean, you're actually in danger.
They
Hard to
are.
believe. But
I feel bad for the people of Mexico. We need to give them some liberation, okay? We need to spread some managed democracy south of the border.
working with you to do whatever we have to do. We'll use missiles. If you want us to use a missile, then
We'll do whatever we have to do. We use missiles. Fuck it. I don't care. We'll bomb the shit out of them.
extremely accurate. Pew. Right into the living room.
We really can. We can drop a missile down a chimney and have it not explode until it hits the ground.
That's the end of that cartel person. We'll do whatever you need if you want. A lot of countries don't.
Yeah, okay, but listen, we're gonna have to institute a tagging system for the Marines, okay? We can't have we gotta control the drug cartel population, all right? Each Marine is only allowed 15 tags, and they must report their tags and kills to Game and Fish before they're allowed to dearm.
Want to do that? They say, "Oh, sure, I'd rather not have that. I'd rather not have." I believe they could be spoken to. I don't think so.
Nope.
Many of them don't.
I'd have to learn Spanish for that. I don't really want to.
And that's okay too. You're going to do you. But if you need help, you're going to let us know, okay? Many of the cartels have developed sophisticated military operations, highly sophisticated in some
You need help, you let us know. We'll yoink a cartel leader the same way we did with Maduro. Not a problem.
cases. They say they're more powerful than the military in the country.
They're fucking liars.
We can't have that.
They say they're more powerful. We're going to put that to the test. We're going to throw some boots on the ground, and we're going to see just how powerful they are.
Organizations pose an
They want to talk shit. We're going to meet them in the street.
unacceptable threat to national security, and they provide a dangerous gateway for foreign adversaries in our region, and we don't want them
they
near
do.
our
That's fair.
either.
That's part of the reason why we took over Venezuela, too, because it was allowing China to have a head over in our hemisphere, and we just can't have that, you know?
We don't want them to come in.
No.
They're cancer,
No.
you know? They're cancer, and we don't want it spreading. We have a very strong border. You know, we have a border now where for 9 months, 0 people have been able to come through. It's hard to believe, actually, because we went from 25 million people coming in over the...
Yeah, no, the federal government was literally lifting up barbed wire fence and allowing mass amounts of people to walk underneath it. Like, that they were literally doing that. So the fact that we haven't had any illegal immigration in the last, 9 months, that's fucking amazing. And you know why? Because Trump said if you come over here, you're going to die.
Biden, Sleepy Joe Biden, one of the worst presidents in history of the world. He was the worst president in the history of our country. We've had some pretty bad ones.
Oh, yeah, no. So I think it's Bukele. Is that the guy that's in charge of El Salvador? Yeah. So it went from like one of the most dangerous places on the planet, but then as soon as he got elected, he used the military. He rounded up literally every single one of the cartel members and threw them all in jail with like the worst possible fucking conditions. And he did not give a shit. They were all coming out and saying how much of a dictator and a tyrant he was. Like, even the U.S. News at the time was reporting on this shit. And he didn't give a fuck. And you know what? Now, it's so much safer than it used to be that we tried to deport Kilmar Abrego Garcia back to El Salvador because he doesn't have the same fear that he did when he first came here that, a rival gang is going to kill him. No, they took care of all the gangs, so we're going to send him back to his home fucking country when we deport him. But there was some legal gray area, so he ended up being like needing to come back, and then they had to deport him somewhere else. It was this whole thing, but the reason why they were trying to deport him back to El Salvador specifically is because El Salvador is not the country that it was, let's say 10 years ago. Yeah, no, dude literally did make super jail, for sure.
Recently, we've had some pretty bad ones, but he's the worst.
Whenever he did that, I remember everybody online at the time was just being like, Trump, please, for the love of God, fucking do exactly that. Everything that he did, do that.
But he would go down as one of the worst in the world. I'm going to up his category now. It's horrible what he did. And what he didn't do was probably worse than what he did. Every leader here today is united in the conviction that we cannot and will not tolerate the lawlessness in our hemisphere any longer. The only way to defeat these enemies is by unleashing the power of our militaries. We have to use our military. You have to use your military. You can't fight these people with... and you have great police. You have some great police, but they threaten your police. They scare you.
Well, look, you got some great police, but, we got these guys called Marines. They have questionable morals. They eat crowns, and they breed on killing terrorists. So, whenever you're ready, we'll send them in.
Police, you're going to use your military. In many cases, our forces have already been working closely with yours, and the United States looks forward to deepening and expanding that cooperation in the months ahead. And it's so good that we got to know so many of you. I mean, we're so many. And I'd love to get to your countries at some point. Marco loves going to your country.
Well, yeah, the cartels have military-grade equipment, but they don't have a way to replenish it the way that government, state, military would, right? So, for example, Iran was able to take out one of the long-range radars that we had over in the Middle East. However, we had another fully functional one up in like 24 to 48 hours, right? Because the U.S. has the logistical capability to be able to do that and replenish munitions and weapons and things like that. Cartel members, while they do have these, like they have night vision, they got fucking up-armored vehicles, they might even have like submarines and like attack helicopters and shit like that. They might have all of that stuff, but it's all for it's designed for a short battle. Any kind of prolonged conflict, and they will run out in maybe, let's say, a week. All right,
Because
anyway.
he's always
Because like so they rely on black market deals from like Russia and China and even the U.S. at times for them to be able to buy those weapons and those munitions and those like military grade vehicles and shit, but they're not getting that from the US anymore. China can't afford to spare them. Russia is already in a conflict. If they are able to resupply themselves, I would be very surprised.
at one of these countries. He likes your countries the best. Okay. You know, where are you? I'm in Chile. Oh, good. How's Chile doing? Good. He likes it. He feels very calm. We all like him, right? It helps. He's got a language. He's got a.
We don't need the UK's aircraft carrier. They're just over there to try and win points. They're over there standing next to the guy that's obviously going to be the winner. Just so they can be like, I was part of this too. We were there working in conjunction with our U.S. allies. Fuck you, UK. Fuck you, Starmer.
Language advantage over me, because I'm not learning a damn language. I don't have time.
I would imagine that's about what Trump said on X, right? Like, I'm guessing here.
I was okay with languages, but I'm not going to spend time learning your language. That much I won't do.
Yeah, Spain outright said, "No, we're not going to let you use our bases." And then Trump came out and said, "Well, listen, if we want to use your bases, we fucking will. And there's nothing you can do to stop us. But also, because you said that, I'm done trading with you. Fuck you, Spain." No, I remember that. I read that shit.
Give me a good interpreter. Interpreter, very important. And
Very
I know
important.
Somebody's good. I may not speak the language, but I know I had an interpreter recently that wasn't good, talking to a very strong
I don't speak Spanish either, but I know what punto and caca means.
person from a different part of the world. And I could tell, even though I don't speak the language, I could tell the interpreter was not good. When you go, a long, flowing, beautiful sentence. And in this case, it was a woman, and she gave it in about 1/4 the time. I said, well, their language may be efficient, but it's not that efficient. And I could also tell when I have great interpreters. Interpreters are very important. You know, you have a bad interpreter.
Don't we have AI now that can interpret for us? Why do we have to have an interpreter? They have like whole earpieces that will interpret different languages into your native language for you. They use them at the UN literally all the time.
You think you're doing well? Boy, did I do a good job talking to this one or that. Was I great when I spoke to Putin today? Was I great when I spoke to President Xi? Was I great? But if the interpreter isn't speaking right, or is weak, or is ineffective, or is just not good, or not interpreting your words correctly.
Knocked over my microphone, sorry.
In one case, we had an interpreter.
Yeah, no, there's probably a certain level of trust you're going to have in your interpreter. And honestly, it might benefit you, Trump, to just learn at least a little bit about the language. That way you know whether or not the interpreter is doing a good job. Or just, well, I mean, you're probably close to your 80s now, if not already in your 80s. So maybe not you, but you know, the next president, doing 48, JD Vance 48, we'll go ahead and try and get you to learn some Chinese, maybe get you to learn up on some Russian, maybe some Spanish. That way you can just do it your fucking self. And honestly, that's a whole ass power move, right? Like U.S. president sitting down and speaking someone else's language.
When she disagreed with what we were saying, she actually changed it. We considered her a foreign minister.
Oh, there we go. Marco Rubio already speaks Spanish. There we go. We're good to go. A power move, baby.
Right? But no, the interpreter is, I talk about it all.
Okay, so like low-key, I think India is actually going to become an integral ally for the U.S. moving forward. I think that we're going to have a whole Make India Great Again movement. I really do believe that. Because in the same way that China has been the manufacturing base for the world because it's incredibly populous and they needed jobs, I think that India is going to try and do that very same thing. And I don't know if we will move our jobs overseas, but we'll definitely start getting things from India. Like this is my prediction. I have no basis for this. It's just what I feel in my gut, and it's been right recently. So you know.
All the time.
Up to and including U.S. conquest of the Western Hemisphere. I'm just saying. I've been calling for that for a while.
Interpreters are really important. When you don't speak the language, they don't speak the language. People have no idea. People have no idea how valuable, and I'm on them all the time, people have no idea how valuable a good interpreter is. But over the last year, the world has witnessed the supreme power of the United States. We're the most powerful military country in the world. Again, I rebuilt it I spent so much time rebuilding it.
Only to watch Biden tear it down while you played on the golf course. And notice how whenever Trump wasn't president anymore and he was off just golfing, no one gave a fuck what he was doing. The only time his name was mentioned was to cover up for Biden's fuck-ups, right? Oh, this is just left over from the Trump presidency. We all know he fucked us all up. And then they started immediately going hard on him again as soon as he said, yeah, I'm just going to run again.
$1 trillion, and now we just had another budget. We may be going to $1.5 trillion.
Oh, okay, cool. Do we need it? Sure.
I
guess.
Like in the old days, remember? We have a Secretary of the Navy, and he suggested, I've always said, why don't we have battleships anymore, shooting big bullets instead of, $3 million rockets? And they said, well, sir, we just don't have them. Nobody could give me the answer, but we're actually building 10 of them. And I said, you remember the old ones you'd see Victory at Sea, remember Victory at Sea? And you'd see these ships going through those waves like the waves were nothing, although the waves are pretty powerful. They knock out a lot of territory. But you'd see these incredible, they're pieces of art. Beautiful, most beautiful, the big battleships of the 1940s, right? Power. I said, well,
like the USS Missouri, the thing that after we bombed Japan, went over there and started laying siege to their ports until their leadership decided to surrender. They literally boarded one of our battleships and signed a fucking surrender agreement because they were tired of getting hit by the guns from the USS Missouri. Like even after the first 2 atomic bombs that we dropped, they were still sort of in it. But we sent the USS Missouri over there, and it just broadsided for like 3 days, and then they surrendered. They said, fuck it, we're done.
Their museums and other things. And they said, sir, the new ship is 100 times more powerful than what we were looking at with those guns and amazing, right? 100 times. I said, you sure it's not maybe 90 times? 100 times more powerful. And we're building 10 of them. Not to use them. We don't want to use them, but by having them, nobody's going to play games. So, just good to have them. We don't want to use them. They'll say, oh, he's very militaristic. I'm the one that ended 8 wars.
He did end 8 wars. And you know what? It's about to be fucking 9. It's just this time it's not going to be diplomacy that ends it. It's going to be good old-fashioned American boots, baby.
I'm the one that, and we have another one coming, I think. The easiest was that, and that was just... And as you would understand this, the hatred between Putin and his counterpart is so great.
Who's his counterpart?
It's so great that, Ukraine, Russia, you'd think there'd be a little bit of camaraderie. There's not.
Nope.
And the hatred is so great.
It's Zelensky. Okay. Yeah, we don't like Zelensky over here on this channel. If you like Zelensky, please feel free to leave.
Very hard for them to get there. It's very, very hard to get there. So we'll see what happens. But we've been close a lot of times, and one or the other would back out. But we're losing. They're losing. It doesn't really affect us very much because...
All right, this is my hot take. Russia's not necessarily an enemy of the United States. And if I have to choose between Ukraine and Russia, I'm choosing Russia. That's my hot take on the subject. Also, if I have to choose between China and Russia, I'm choosing Russia. I think that Russia could be an ally if given the opportunity, though I do think they are very nationalistic in that they want what's best for their country, which I'm not necessarily knocking. But this is not the Cold War anymore. And there is a new threat, and I don't think it's Russia.
We've got an ocean separating. I'm doing it as a favor to Europe, and I'm doing it as a favor to life, because they're losing 25,000 souls Think of that, every month. 25,000. Last month, 31,000, both sides, 31,000 people died, mostly soldiers. So I have an ability to get those things done, to bring people together, and I did great with so many. India, Pakistan, that was going to be a disaster. I was raging for a number of days. I did that through trade. I used tariffs and trade.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. But we did.
I think that we should have sided with India and let them kill Pakistan. I'm good with that.
Amazing. One was.
At this point, just like every single country in the Middle East, I'm fine with just kind of getting rid of. Like just all of them. If you live in a desert, then just leave. Okay, Tuscan Raiders, be gone. Okay.
32 years. One was 34, and one was 30.
The Sand people are easily frightened, but they will return, and in greater numbers.
37 years, and we got it done very quickly. And we'll get this one done too. But the hatred is, hatred's an amazing.
Oh, yeah, in the initial stages of the conflict, Stormy, if you were going over to support Ukraine, even if you were a volunteer, they wouldn't allow you to leave. If you tried to leave, they would shoot you in the back. And I'm getting this information from people that actually were volunteering and went over there to fight in the initial stages of this conflict. Like, people that actually went over there that I knew from the military reached out to me and said that that's what was happening.
An amazing thing. People do bad things, and people don't get things done when the hatred is too great. That's a lot of it. Just as we formed a coalition to eradicate ISIS in the Middle East, we must now do the same thing to eradicate the cartels at home. So we did eradicate ISIS. Now, during the 4 years, we had a rigged election. You probably read about it?
Yeah, I did. I read about it. Don't worry, Mr. President. We just confiscated the voting machines from Fulton County. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Don't you worry.
4 years to contemplate.
I know you've already gotten rid of every single executive order that Biden came out with, but that's... listen, we're going to get to the bottom of this, sir. You have now won 3 elections, and we're going to see why.
And to stage my comeback, I staged big comeback. They say it was a comeback. I didn't think it was a comeback because I had the people on my side. So
That's fair. It can't be a comeback if you win the Electoral College and also the popular vote. It was not even close.
But they did everything possible during that 4 years. Crooked people.
Well, I don't know if it was even really the auto pen. Honestly, I think it was Nancy Pelosi. I don't even think it was Kamala Harris. I literally think it was Nancy Pelosi and Biden in the basement. Or not Biden, Obama in the basement.
The crooked politician.
Now, Biden had no idea what was going on, and they were using the auto pen to sign his name. But, you know, I'm just saying.
Dirty cops.
It was gangster as fuck that Trump replaced Biden's picture, though, with an auto pen.
They did everything possible to make it impossible for me to win. And I won in a landslide. But during that period of time, I learned a lot. And I saw it so badly, how you're suffering with what's happening with the crime in the region. And I said, if we ever come back, we're going to eradicate that crime. And I'm going to work with you. And if you want, we're going to do it. We can do it pretty easily. As part of our commitment to countering the cartel presence in our region, we must...
I've never seen Biden and the auto pen in the same room before either. So, you know, I'm just saying.
Recognize the epicenter of cartel violence is Mexico. The Mexican cartels are fueling and orchestrating much of the bloodshed and chaos in this hemisphere.
They absolutely are. Blow the shit out of them, Mr. President, just like Iran, please.
Here in the United States government will do whatever is necessary.
We will absolutely do whatever is necessary. No, Mexico, your compliance is not a factor.
To defend our national security and to protect the safety of the American people. No, look, it's coming through Mexico.
Listen, we're gonna do what we have to do, Mexico. You can either help or you can get the fuck out of our way, or you can stand in the way and die with them. We don't really care. We're fixing this now, and you can be a part of it or not.
And I like the president very much. She's a very good person.
Is he?
A beautiful voice, a beautiful woman.
Yep.
But beautiful.
I heard he had blue eyes. They're gonna be blue over there and over there and over there.
Voice. President. I said, let me eradicate the cartels. No, please, President.
Please let me eradicate the cartels. No, President, please. We needed the money.
We have to eradicate them.
We do. We have to.
We have to knock the hell out of them
God damn it.
because they're getting worse. They're taking over that country.
Yep.
The cartels are running Mexico.
That's not even a surprise, though. This is not breaking news coming from the president. The cartels are running Mexico, and we are about to be allowed to send people in there to take care of that problem for them.
We can't have that. Too close to us. Too close to you.
Too close.
But everything comes in through Mexico, mostly. At the same time, all of us...
It was coming in through the Gulf of America, but we started blowing up boats, and so now they're not doing that anymore.
must recommit to ensuring that law and order within our own nations, and that includes showing zero tolerance for the gang activity, tremendous gang activity in Venezuela. That's in much better shape than it ever has been. We've developed a great relationship in Venezuela. The savages who murder and rape with impunity must be permanently removed from society. We must not allow our criminal justice systems to be corrupted so that they protect these criminals and animals at the expense of your people. And for some reason, all over the world, this is a region that has problems that other regions don't have. They have different problems.
Yeah, but the thing is, the U.S. is like the only power in this region of the planet. So if it's going to fall on anybody to take care of these problems, it's going to fall on the U.S. shoulders. And this is a brilliant way to, and again, I've said this before already, this is a brilliant way to put U.S. boots on the ground to take care of these terrorist dictator, like fucking narco states, and have total permission by the government to do so. So this is going to be fucking awesome.
But they don't have this problem.
We'll probably put missile-guided, like, launch systems. We'll probably put some ports and shit down there, too. Like, I can't imagine how useful it's going to be at the bottom of fucking South America.
The United States last year...
Although I think that is a region of the planet that's, like, plagued by hurricanes and, like, heavy storms and shit, so it might not be the best to put a naval port down there, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm sure we'll do something.
Murder rate in recorded history. We have the lowest murder rate in 125 years. Hard to believe because, I don't know.
It's not hard to believe. You're taking all the murderers and throwing them the fuck out of the country. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, President Trump, for taking care of the people that are bad for this country.
It's, we've got a lot of them out, but we allowed through the Biden policies and Obama, who was another terrible president, by the way. He was Barack Hussein Obama, terrible president. He was a divider, great divider. I call him the
taking shots.
Divider. But they allowed a lot of people into our country that shouldn't be here, but in particular Biden, because Biden had no idea what he was doing. He had no clue.
Jesus Christ.
It was being run by whoever got near the auto pen was running the country.
Oh my God, we just talked about this.
President.
Listen, President Trump, me and my chat on Kick, we just talked about this.
And frankly, they let...
This is what I'm saying. Definitely subscribe to me. I am always ahead of the current administration.
At least 20...
They always end up agreeing with me, but only after I say the thing. So definitely subscribe to me so you know what the administration is going to do before they do it.
25 million people come in to our country, some from prisons, some from mental institutions, gang members, the heads of gangs, the mentally insane. I'll tell you, people came in from mental...
I got an idea. Let's send the heads of gangs. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm just saying.
Institutions and insane asylums. And we took them. We had an open border policy. It's a policy divided and devised by idiots, but they pour it into our country. So we went from the worst border in history to by far the best border. We have the best, strongest border that we've ever had.
Nobody sucks Trump's dick better than President Trump.
We have great people that did that job by securing our border.
I love it. Listen, you got to be your own fan, right? Like, if you're not rooting for you, nobody's going to root for you, right?
And cracking down on traffickers and smugglers. We've reduced the fentanyl pouring across our border by 67%.
Good deal.
This is in our first year, Give me a little more time, we'll do better. 67%, which is a number that's unthinkable. They say if you could do 2%, 1%, but we got it down 67%. And we got a lot of the
Thank you, Tom Homan. The Wall.
murderers out. We had 11,888 murderers allowed in our country with this ridiculous open border policy that these eggheads put in. But we're also working closely with you on ending human smuggling and the implementing of the safe third country agreements, which are very important. In January, America's armed forces
The safe third country agreements. Okay.
has also ended
Hold
the
on.
reign of one of the biggest cartel kingpins of all, with the Operation Absolute Resolve to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro to
Goddamn right.
justice.
There was the completion of Operation Southern Spear, homies.
In a precision raid that nobody's ever seen anything like it.
Absolutely not. We ripped this dictator out of his bed, threw him into a helicopter, and left. And we did not take any casualties.
This was in a very powerful
The only guy that got hurt also got a medal.
military base, fort. And they went in and they took him out and they got him out, and people couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it. We were right into the heart.
We did.
Took him out.
Literally right through the front door. It was glorious.
And it was nasty. It was about 18 minutes of pure violence. We lost nobody. Not one person was lost. Not one aircraft or no military equipment. Zero. People have never seen anything like it. And you're talking about into a military base with a lot of soldiers, good soldiers. Since that operation, we've been working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, who's doing a great job working with us. I mean, she's doing a great job because she's working with us. If she wasn't working with us, I would not say she's doing a great job. In fact,
Goddamn right. Listen, if you want to do a great job, you better do what I fucking say, okay? Like, listen, it's not that difficult. The U.S. is in charge, and you do what we say.
if she wasn't working with us, I'd say she's doing a very poor job.
Yep, bitch knows her place, though, so she's doing a great job.
Unacceptable.
Yep.
No, but she's doing
Keeping these hoes in line, right, right, Trump? Come on,
a
buddy.
great
Hell
job,
yeah.
Marco, right?
Give me some.
And gets along great with Marco, and we're taking out tremendous amounts of oil. They're making more money now than they've ever made. We have the big oil companies, and they are making more money. We're getting some. They're getting a lot. They're making more money now than they've ever made in the history of their country. Can you
Yep, because they're getting paid directly in American dollars and not Chinese yuan, trading in American dollars.
imagine? And it's being spent properly, and
Damn right.
they're watching it closely.
Yes, we will.
And I'm pleased to say that this week we have formally recognized the Venezuelan government. We've actually legally recognized them. We have also just
Very good, very good. Now, about that oil.
reached a historic gold deal.
What is
It's
that?
called the gold deal with Venezuela to allow our two countries to work together to facilitate the sale of Venezuelan gold and other.
Venezuelan gold? Oh, wait a minute. Is that just his name for oil, or is there actual fucking gold? Do I need to invest in fucking gold right now? Because I will.
Minerals. They have great amounts of gold. They have good land.
Oh, they got gold.
Yeah.
Okay, shit.
Very good
You know what? If they have gold, that's something good. That would help. That would help the U.S. Treasury a lot.
land. But they weren't able to take advantage. The system didn't allow them to take advantage of the value of their land. As we achieve a historic transformation in Venezuela, we're also looking forward to the great change that will soon be coming to Cuba. Cuba's at the end of the line. They're very much at the end of the line. They have no money. They have no.
Listen, Cuba's next, man. I think Trump already said that. We're gonna yoink their dictator too. I think. Be ready, Stormy. You're gonna wake up one day and the world's gonna be one less dictator again.
No oil. They have a bad philosophy. They have a bad regime that's
And they're ugly.
been bad for a long time. And they used to get the money from Venezuela. They get the oil from Venezuela.
They don't get none of that now.
But they don't have any money from Venezuela. They don't have any oil. They don't have anything from. People can't even. They land in Cuba. They can't get gasoline to fly out. They have to leave their planes behind. And they want to.
Well, solution. Don't land in Cuba, I guess.
Negotiate, and they are negotiating with Marco and myself and some others. And I would think a deal would be made very easily with Cuba. But for 50 years, I've been hearing, as a little boy, I'd be hearing about Cuba. You know, Cuba's a disaster. But I've been hearing so much about Cuba. But Cuba's in its last moments of life.
Goddamn right it is. It's going to be South Florida soon. Going to be the extended Keys, all right?
It'll have a great new life, but it's in its last moments of life the way it
Going to be Hawaii East, baby.
is. And but our focus right now is on Iran, and we'll do that. I would say, what will you do? Take about 2 days off, Marco? No, he won't. Maybe an hour. He'll take
like an hour off. He'll take a quick nap, pound a Red Bull, and then walk in there and flop his dick on the table. Like normal.
1 hour off, and then he'll finish up a deal on Cuba. That'll be an easy one.
Quick cat nap. Nothing crazy.
The entire region that we're doing that. Many of you have come today and they say, I hope you can take care of Cuba because you've had problems with Cuba, right? You mentioned.
Now, this said that we were supposed to hear from Hegseth and like Marco Rubio and some other people too. So I hope that we do get to hear from them.
I was surprised, but
Trump might be a little long-winded, but I mean, there's only like 10 minutes left in this video, so.
4 of you said, actually, could you do us a favor? Take care of Cuba. I'll take care of it, okay?
Damn right.
So, and as these situations in Venezuela and Cuba
They'll just give him that shit they were giving Biden to keep him standing upright.
should make clear under our new doctrine, and it is a doctrine, we will not allow hostile foreign influence to gain a foothold in this hemisphere.
We will not. We got the Don Roe doctrine now, baby, all right? This hemisphere, it's our hemisphere, okay? You're doing shit we don't like, you better stop that. You better stop it right now, all right? What's that video that used to be, hey, I heard you've been talking to some schmack, and I just want you to know that I've been taking Taekwondo lessons at the back of a Walmart Supercenter, so if you don't want to get hurt, you better stop.
That includes the Panama Canal, which we talked about. We're not going to allow it. And together we'll protect our sovereignty, our security, and our cherished freedom and independence. And just in finishing up, the nation's...
I can't wait, because as soon as Trump isn't president anymore, he's going to go out to a bunch of different news stations. They're going to be talking to him about his presidency. They're going to be like, so do you feel bad about what you did to Iran? And he's going to kick his feet up on their desk, because he's not president anymore. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, and he can't take the blame for it. So he's just going to kick his feet up on the desk, going to go, fuck those guys. Hell no. Absolutely, I don't feel bad for any of them. Greenland, fuck them too. Canada, fuck them.
gathered here today are
Cuba, Venezuela, Argentina, Brazil, fuck them all.
filled with unlimited potential. You have tremendous potential.
They do have tremendous potential. Now we should allow the American government to unlock that potential for them. I'm from the government, and I am here to help.
It's a great part of the world. But to fulfill that tremendous potential, we must smash the grip of the cartels and criminal gangs.
We should, yes, we need to do
And
that.
horrible organizations run by, in some cases, absolute animals, and truly liberate our people. And some people are afraid to do it because they've gotten such a foothold. But I think you can get out of that, and we'll work with you if you need. With the courage and resolve of the leaders in this room, great leaders, will make our nation safer, stronger, richer, and more successful than ever before. So I want to thank you all very much for coming. I look forward to the incredible progress that's soon to come. You're going to see some incredible things. And now I'd like to ask Secretary Rubio and Secretary Hegseth to say a few words, and then I'll sign a
all right, here it is.
proclamation
Okay.
formally launching the America's Counter Cartel Coalition, which is what it is. It's a counter cartel coalition. And thank you all for being here very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
Rubio.
you, Mr. President. I want to thank all the leaders that are here today. I'll be very brief. First of all, Mr. President, thank you for making this region a priority. We've had successive American presidents say that the Western Hemisphere is going to be a priority, and they never do it. And the president has made it a personal priority.
Man ran up to that podium and said, all right, listen, I got some things to say, and apparently I don't have too long to say it.
He's also president of Action. It's why I believe he will go down as the most historic figure, one of the most historic figures
Absolutely, Stormy, you can.
in American history, and certainly of the last 100 years, because of what he has been able to do and is doing right now with the Western Hemisphere. Thank you for your bold leadership.
Yes, thank you,
it's
sir.
an honor to be able to serve in your administration. And, Mr. President, 2 points I want to make. The first is we have a lot of allies around the world, and we are grateful for our allies. And the countries represented here today, all 12 of the leaders here, are allies. But they're more than allies. They're friends.
Yes.
At a time when we have learned that oftentimes an ally, when you need them, maybe may not be there for you. These are countries that have been there for us, and these are leaders that are not just allies, they are friends, and they are always willing to work and cooperate with the United States, and we're grateful to you.
Marco Rubio has some big-ass ears. But, no, I generally agree.
And as you said, Mr. President,
look
these
at
are
that shit.
also
It's like half
countries with
his fucking head.
extraordinary, potential. Some are fulfilling it, some are well on their
Look at this. Look at the size of this ear. My God. All right, anyway.
way to fulfilling it. And this is important. We want to be a partner with you in that. We want the world to see that when you are a friend and an ally of the United States, it is a good thing. It's reciprocated. It comes back the other way as well. And
If you are not a friend and you are not an ally, then the U.S. will not be a friend and will not be an ally, and we will turn you into a parking lot.
so the fact the President
Ask Iran.
is here today and making this a priority is so critical. If I may, because some of these cameras cover in Spanish. You all right about it? Oh, good.
Please.
We don't need an interpreter for this one.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Stormy brought this up to me. You speak Spanish, don't you?
I think I'm a good interpreter. You'll find out in a second. But las gracias a los países que están aquí hoy. Estos países, primero, el presidente ha hecho esta región una prioridad en su administración. Hay muchos presidentes que han dicho que lo
I don't understand a fucking word he's saying.
van a hacer, pero él lo ha hecho. Y se lo agradecemos. Y muy agradecido a los 12 países que están aquí hoy. Estos son países que no solamente son aliados, son amigos. Son países que siempre responden cuando hay una necesidad y trabajan en conjunto con nosotros y queda mucho por hacer. Estos son países que tienen una gran población, mucho potencial y queremos ser sus socios en desarrollar sus países, sus economías y su seguridad. Y le doy las gracias de verdad por estar aquí en el día de hoy con nosotros. Que Dios bendiga a todos esos países, a los Estados Unidos. Y gracias como siempre por la cooperación. Seguiremos trabajando en conjunto y vamos a hacer cosas muy buenas, muy importantes para esta región que van a hacer que en las generaciones futuras nos van a agradecer el labor que estamos haciendo en el momento de hoy. Thank you.
Yeah, what he said. Fuck yeah, ditto. Yeah, that guy. I have no idea what he said. But at the very end, if he didn't say, now, when you become part of the United States, you will be required to learn English, then I think that he should have had to say that.
Thank you.
Is he better in Spanish or in English? I think he's better in Spanish. I mean, he's great.
He might be better in Spanish. Look, Secretary Hexas like, damn it, how am I supposed to follow that? Fuck.
Pete, please.
All right, hit some push-ups. That's the only way you're going to be able to follow a master class like that.
Mr. President, I only speak American.
I only speak American. Hell yeah. That's what I call it too, buddy.
That's well, Mr. President, it's an honor to be here and to establish in this hemisphere peace through strength. For far too long, our country's gaze was only on borders in far-flung places. Not our own border, not our own hemisphere.
That's true. It's really weird that we didn't give a shit about any of the countries over in this hemisphere for the longest time.
Not the Western Hemisphere. President Trump has established the Trump corollary of the Monroe Doctrine, the Don Roe Doctrine.
I brought this up. The Don Roe Doctrine, babe. We want Canada, we want Greenland, we want Mexico, all the way to Panama, and apparently we want South America all the way to the Horn.
And the War Department is implementing it as fast as we can. In fact, 2 days ago, Mr. President,
We absolutely are, and ask Iran.
we launched 18 countries were signatories to
Okay.
the America's Counter Cartel Coalition, ACCC,
All right.
which is not just an organization that's going to hold
The South would absolutely improve.
conferences and release white papers. That's not what
How happy you think Brazil would be once we deploy a Burger King there in 24 hours?
we exist to do. It's an action coalition of like-minded countries who are going to bring their capabilities to bear with American leadership at the forefront to ensure we attack and get after this cartel challenge, which for far too long we have accepted as some new normal in our own countries. President Trump and the American people rejected that in our own. We don't have to live with communities flooded with drugs or violence or cartels and gangs. We can seal our border, and we have to for our citizens. We share a hemisphere and geography. We share cultures, Western Christian civilization.
Yes.
We share these things together. We have to have the courage to defend it. And we have a commander-in-chief in our country who's set that compass heading. And at the War Department, we look forward to working with all of your countries and more that are not here.
I envision meetings with Secretary of War Pete Hegseth going like this, okay? He walks into a room. There's a bunch of generals sitting down at a table. He points to a photo of some terrorist or some dictator or some enemy leader to the United States. He points at a photo and says, somebody explain to me why this guy's still alive. And they all kind of look around at each other, and he goes, that's what I thought. Fucking take care of it. And then he walks out, just turns around and leaves. That's how I imagine all of his meetings go, and that's also why I think that they've been able to do so much, because he's allowing the generals to kind of do what they need to do to get the mission done, and he's not micromanaging them.
To say, with our shared assets and our intelligence and our capabilities,
Absolutely.
with American leaders.
Well, yeah, quote unquote, shared assets, shared intelligence, shared abilities. Just give us the address, guys. Come on.
Leadership, we will go on offense against the cartels. They will know that we're just around the corner.
That's the literal message is just tell us the address and move.
Whether it's drug lords or on land, we look. The America's Counter Cartel Coalition, the ACCC, will be a force for good, for peace through strength in this hemisphere.
Absolutely.
We look forward to working with your
Shield of the
countries. Thank you
Americas,
very much.
son.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Would you like to come up and surround us here? Thank you.
Oh, we're gonna. This is when he does the whole signing of the thing, and we're gonna make it a big thing. All right, so yeah, no, that's the part that I wanted to cover. I do want to skip back over here though, because there's something I wanted to cover that I didn't prior to this. So this is apparently all the green ones are the countries that are going to be part of this coalition. So we've got the U.S. with Alaska and Hawaii down here. You have I don't know any of these countries by heart, but this one here is Panama. I know that. But anyway, so these are all the countries that are going to be part of this. Imagine having a U.S. base in all of these countries, right? It's already a fortress in North America, but if you add a U.S. base here, here, and here, the fact that we already control South America means that this would also be a fucking geographical fortress. In the very same way that North America is, South America would also be that. This entire geomagnetic plate, this fucking crustal global plate that's over here is going to belong to the United States soon. And this coalition is just going to make that easier for everybody. So, all right, that's what I wanted to cover. Not enough people are talking about this, and so I wanted to talk about it. And hopefully people will start agreeing with me when I say that America is the best one to conquer the planet, and the only imperialist nation should be the United States of America. Thank you.